I wander the streets and occasionally do little street chats with people. You're seeking converts to the Sea Shepherd way of thinking.
Well, not so much that. More a cash donation.
Well, I was assuming that might be the case. I will suggest that I'm probably not the person you want to talk to, but
no
you might be the
man.
person I want to talk to.
Yeah, no dramas. I'm going to have a chat.
Look, I'm very much in favour of freedom of the sea lanes, and it alarms me when I see groups of people who take it upon themselves to interfere with other maritime nations going about what they see as their business. I appreciate that Sea Shepherd doesn't see it that way, but can you understand that there are people around the world who think that Sea Shepherd is nothing but a bunch of pirates who seek to interfere with other people going about what they see as their lawful business?
Yeah, I completely understand it. I think the key difference with what we're doing at the moment and what we have done for the past number of years since '78 when we were set up is the majority of the time, with a couple of exceptions where policy has been ultimately changed after Sea Shepherd's involvement, it's actually illegal fishing and illegal deep net trawling and illegal culling.
Now, illegal under whose law?
International law.
Well,
international waters.
International law. We have a situation now where the United Nations is often looked to as the gold standard for involvement in international relationships. The largest voting bloc in the UN currently is the Organisation for Islamic Cooperation. Now, the member states in that organisation include Saudi Arabia, which embraces Sharia law and stones women to death for adultery, cuts the hands off thieves, hangs gay men from cranes in public places. Another member is Qatar. Now, Qatar is a major petro-state in the Middle East, who recently there was a news report where they had released a poet from jail after serving 4 years for insulting an emir. This is the charge for which he was jailed for 4 years. There was a British woman or a Norwegian woman, I think, who was recently in Qatar and complained of having been raped. And when the police heard that she'd had sex with a person who wasn't her husband, they charged her with adultery, and she had to leave the country in a hurry. So, I'm not all that impressed with so-called international law when the people who are drumming up these international rules are not all that moral themselves, in my opinion. But
then again, morality is a perspective.
Indeed it is.
And to say ours is right and theirs is wrong it's easy to say, but to find a solution to that is extremely hard.
Have you been on one of the voyages?
No, I haven't. This is actually my first day working.
And you had to get me.
No, you're right, man.
Look, I know someone who took a voyage on I guess it was the Sea Shepherd, and she thoroughly enjoyed it. We don't see eye to eye on the processes, but everyone is entitled to their viewpoint. I look back to the days of the Rainbow Warrior. Is that part of the same sort of group or the fleet?
It came about in the late 70s. So you'd be looking at probably something that came after that, something where it was sort of more ideologically sound, maybe. Okay.
Well, there was the famous episode in New Zealand where the Rainbow Warrior was bombed by French Secret Service people. And in protest at that event, I chose to give up all things French at the time. I gave up ménage à trois and Soissons-Neuf.
Giving up ménage à trois, that's a big one.
Nice talking with you.